Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I do really hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News, of course, the daily series here on the channel where I reflect on what's been said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion on it for whatever that's worth. More importantly, asking for yours. Lots of stuff popping off at the moment. Chelsea been cleared by the profitability and sustainability rules. No naughties from Todd Boehly and Clearlake. Big double thumbs up, as we assumed. Matt Law of The Telegraph giving us some insight yet again on the Ian Marson deal to Dortmund. How much money are we going to make out of this young left-back? Oh, actually quite a lot. Reports coming out of Portugal from Record that Chelsea have had a bid rejected for Victor Gyökeres. Is that how you say it? Oh my god, I don't know. So a little bit of insight on that as well. Chelsea, apparently, if we are to believe reports, going in for a striker still in this January transfer window. Ooh! Strap yourselves in, get comfortable, pour yourselves a drink, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today. If you want to support the content, you're most welcome to. It's simple. Simply like and subscribe. A click of a button, a tap of a thumb on your mobile device, and it helps me out a bunch. And as always, I would encourage you to comment as you go. I love reading your thoughts, feelings, musings, and opinions down in the comment section below. So, with that said, let's get into it. Right, the profit and sustainability rules, the new word for financial fair play. The results are in for the last year, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea are clear. Wow, good news indeed. Everyone wants Chelsea to crash and burn, especially because we've spent a lot of money on players, but the truth is, we're fine. I did a video going into this in detail from an article written by Liam Twomey of The Athletic. It's a few videos ago, do consider checking it out. It's got cheating in the thumbnail with the Chelsea owners. Have we been cheating? Well, no, we haven't. We've been cleared. And if you want the details on how that went down, do go check out that video. In the meantime, of course, the two clubs that have been caught doing the dirty financially are Nottingham Forest and Everton. This could have huge ramifications on the title race. Of course, Everton have already been given a 10 points deduction as a punishment for the previous year. And then this is another, potential points deduction for them. Imagine if they get a 20-point deduction. Wow. I suppose you'd rather have it all in one season and just take the L and finally get relegated. But it still sucks for them. Nottingham Forest have reacted a little less angrily than Everton have. They sort of knew it was coming, so they've been a little bit more like, yep, we're going to try and cooperate and see how we get on, sort of thing. Still, the main thing is Chelsea are clear. That's what we Chelsea fans are interested in. And I'm sure many people watching aren't Chelsea fans. I know I've got a few subscribers that aren't Chelsea fans that are just interested in the story. Of course, clubs are being very, very mindful of what they can and can't do now in terms of spend. Arsenal can't spend at the moment. Man United have to be very, very careful. And Chelsea apparently still can spend, but have put themselves in this position by doing lots of business. So, big tick on the Chelsea. Let's move on. Before we speak about Chelsea's massive bid for a striker, let's talk about Ian Marson and cite this article from Matty Law of The Telegraph. Chelsea to demand Ian Marson's £35 million release clauses paid in full this summer. Oh, money, money, money! Just quickly, off the bat, this is the reason why Chelsea aren't in financial trouble, because they're getting juicy amounts of pure profit. Sorry for saying that expression yet again, but there it is. For, basically maximising value. Should Chelsea find a buyer to pay the release clause, they will recoup more than the £32 million deal agreed with Burnley last summer. Ian Marson has a £35 million release clause in his Chelsea contract, which the club are expected to demand is met for him to leave permanently in the summer. And the £2 million loan fee Chelsea secured for Marson from Borussia Dortmund means the club are on course to beat the £32 million deal they accepted from Burnley for the left back in the summer. Marson agreed to move to Dortmund on loan until the end of the season after extending his Chelsea contract through to 2026, ensuring the club get a good fee for the 21-year-old if, as expected, he leaves Stamford Bridge permanently at the end of the season. Yeah, of course, in the summer we accepted a 31.5, so actually under £32 million bid from Burnley for a permanent transfer, which the player kind of understandably rejected, and in hindsight, looking at where Burnley are now, he's probably thinking, wow, what a good decision for me to reject that. Of course, at the time as well, he had a relatively good pre-season with Chelsea in America, playing in the attacking sort of 4 positions, or should I say the attacking 3 positions behind the striker, but things haven't really worked out for him, and his minutes have been limited out of position as well. And of course, he gets a happy ending should this, move to Dortmund come to fruition, or if they, trigger the buyout clause, because Dortmund's a massive club, and it's a great opportunity. Relegation battle with Burnley, or go and play in front of the yellow wall in that, famous Dortmund kit. Seems pretty easy to me. Dortmund do not have a first option to sign Marson, but the player's contract does include this release clause, set at £35 million, which Chelsea are confident will be met. Chelsea last summer agreed a deal that would have allowed Marson to return to Burnley on a season-long loan ahead of a £32 million permanent switch. Sounds like what we did with Lewis Hall in Newcastle. Season loan, then obligation to buy. The Dortmund loan fee, together with the release clause, should ensure Chelsea eventually net £37 million for Marson, even though he spent most of the first half of the season on the substitutes bench. Yeah, bro, if you think about it, that's €40 million. €40 million pure profit from a player who had a good season in the Championship and then didn't really feature for us in the first team this season. I mean, should we manage to secure that bag, that's incredible. Look, no disrespect to Marson, he's a great player. Who knows, maybe there's even a buyback clause in there somewhere for like 50 million, I don't know, I'm just speculating there. But it's good business regardless, it has to be viewed as good business. And of course, many of people will be thinking, well, Marson's a good player, I would have liked to have seen him as a backup, we're playing Colwill there. Yeah, that is true, but I feel like there's reservations in the Chelsea management about his size, and I've referenced recently Pochettino sort of doing what Guardiola has done and wants like a lot of big tall guys at the back, and it worked for Guardiola. He won the treble. Dortmund has been a successful stop-off point for a number of top young talents whose values have soared while in Germany, and a £35 million clause is seen as good business for Chelsea and not prohibitive to Marson. Marson made an impressive debut for Dortmund last weekend, playing the full 90 minutes in the club's 3-0 victory over Darmstadt, and finishing with a 94% passing accuracy, according to statistics, and creating one big chance, which actually is pretty good. Chelsea have looked into the possibility of signing a new left-back this month, but the need for a new striker may not be quite so desperate should Christopher Nkunku manage to train this week. Head coach Mauricio Pochettino declared himself worried over Nkunku's latest injury last week, but the Frenchman is hopeful he's not suffered a significant setback. Chelsea are due to return to training on Wednesday following a short break, and Nkunku is understood to be aiming to return to training this week with a view to being involved in the next week's Carabao Cup semi-final, second leg tie against Middlesbrough. Nkunku's injury is said to have settled down over recent days, but he will be monitored and tested closely ahead of any return. Yeah, we gotta be super careful with Christopher Nkunku. Yes, he's a vital player, and in the pre-season, where Marson was getting lots of minutes, Nkunku was like the centrepiece of the attack. Whether he's playing in the number 10, the striker, or the left, we're trying to get the ball to him and doing combinational play. It's speculated this is a big reason why Chelsea have struggled this season in terms of scoring goals. The big master plan in pre-season and before that was to work around Nkunku, who we knew for a long time was coming to Chelsea. So that was, scuppered big time. But here we are, Nkunku returns. I feel like we just be careful with him now. We know where we are. Don't put all the eggs in the Nkunku basket. Be very, very mindful. Don't overload him. We need to see what his injury is like long term and then sort of tiptoe around from there. But Marson going to Dortmund, great opportunity for the player. I just wanted to reference that details from Matt Law of The Telegraph. He's saying there that Dortmund don't have first refusal. So essentially, maybe that kind of works in terms of, look guys, you don't have a first refusal. So if someone comes and triggers it, they get him. So maybe a few more games into this loan spell of Marson, more excellent performances like that, Dortmund just get on the phone to Chelsea like, yeah, we're probably going to do it. We're probably going to do it. I know we haven't got first, refusal, but don't listen to anyone else for the moment. Just wait for us. Anyway, good business for Chelsea, I think. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Let's move on and talk about this striker bid. Mental. Cy Phillips writes on his Chelsea News website, Chelsea have reportedly made an €85 million offer to sign a striker this month who's already bagged 20 goals in 24 appearances for his team this season. As you will know, the Blues are on the hunt for a new striker this month and have been linked with a host of names. One of those names is Victor Gyökeres from Sporting, and that is who they've thrown the offer for in this week, according to Record in Portugal, which of course is a Portuguese publication. You can see here from the front page of Record that the club have rejected this offer and they apparently want the full €100 million release clause. It also says there could be a new offer arriving from Chelsea by the end of the window. €85 million! I think it actually might be €90 million if you include add-ons. Wow, Chelsea certainly do feel confident they can spend the money. Incredible scenes. Look, we know they wanted a striker. Many people thought they might keep their powder dry and just wait. I am wary about this move. Look, man, I want a sort of more senior striker. He's kind of in the middle. Look at his past. He hasn't got the sexiest road to Sporting in terms of the clubs he's played for before. Now, that maybe we shouldn't judge him on that, but he's 25, so he's right in the slot 25 or under for the Chelsea strategy. It would make him our most senior striker over, of course, Jackson and Breuer. And he is scoring goals at the moment, but Jackson was scoring goals at a higher level in La Liga. Now, maybe it's just a different option. Maybe Pochettino loves the profile of striker. I think he's got like 11 goals in the league and 8 assists, which is good in terms of how many games he's played. It's not like crazy prolific, and he is playing for Sporting in the Portuguese league, so he is playing for one of the bigger teams. I'm wary. Does this make sense, spending €80 million or €90 million on a player who's done quite well this season in what may be the 7th best league in Europe, playing for one of the bigger clubs there, who's already 25, so you're not buying this guy who's like an explosive gunman who's been converting in like a really competitive league for a long time. But then again, I'm also going to explain how I am relatively ignorant to this. I haven't really watched the guy play. I might have accidentally seen some clips and highlights of him, but I'm looking at the numbers. They're quite good this season. But this is one of those moments where you say, right, I defer to the Chelsea sporting directors, and hopefully the Chelsea manager, Mauricio Pochettino, if he's looked at him and says, yeah, this guy can do what I want, this guy is the man for me. But according to Wikipedia, he scored 38 goals and 91 appearances for Coventry. So not as good as a goal every other game as well. I don't know, I'm really worried about this. He's 25, I might be wrong. I often am, so comment down below if you've watched Victor play a lot. But, playing literally, was it last year, playing for Coventry, and his goal return was okay, for Coventry. Not amazing, and he's 25 already, and suddenly this guy's going to cost €90 million. Have I missed something, ladies and gentlemen? Maybe I have. Let me know down below if you do know about this player. But all I can say is the only way that I'd feel even slightly more comfortable about this is if somehow I managed to have a conversation with Pochettino and he's like, yeah, don't worry about it, man. He's just what we need. He is, all the problems up front, he is the solution to that. Trust me. I'm the coach, I see them in training, I analyse the data with my specialist team of football coaches, and we've looked at this, and we know this guy's the solution. Okay? Then I'd go, whew, alright Poch, cheers for making me feel better, mate, but that's not going to happen, is it? So look, Osimhen is going to be €120 million, so it could end up being €20 million more. Do you want to be in a position where you sign Victor and this recent Coventry striker for €100 million, and he sort of doesn't really do anything, and you could have got a slightly younger striker who's won the Scudetto in Victor Osimhen for €20 million more? And his goal return. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know, man. It's really tough. Still, this is what the Portuguese papers saying, that Chelsea have made a massive bid and it's been rejected. So let me know what you think. Comment down below. I'll be very interested to learn all the football fans' opinions on this and educate me. Is this a good move? I want to learn about it. Right, keep it locked, guys. Of course, I'll be reacting to all the news as it pops off here on Football Therapy. So make sure you hit the bell if you choose to subscribe. And thanks for liking the video. Alright then, see you in a bit. Peace.